Hello, I'm Martin Reynolds from dCS. dCS was originally a company which specialised in solving very difficult converter problems, particularly for radar systems. But as of the middle of the 1990s, we realised that the market was changing in that area, and so we decided to refocus on digital audio. As of next year, the company will be 30 years old, and we are still, we feel, at the top of our game, and we are still winning awards for our audio products. So this is our Vivaldi 4-box flagship system, and it consists of a CD, SACD transport, an upsampler which has network streaming capabilities, a DAC which incorporates our world famous Ringdeck circuit, and also our master clock. So this is actually the version 2 Vivaldi. We have just, should we say, celebrated 4 years of success with this product by releasing a whole slew of updates with extra features, all sorts of improvements and new capabilities. So for example, the transport here used to have the ability to upsample to DSD or to DXD if you're playing a CD. Now we've added a third mode, which is double speed DSD, which you can see here. And you can select any one of those three modes. Double speed DSD tends to add extra degree of delicacy and musicality to the sound you get from the system. So it is certainly well worth having and well worth playing with as well. The upsampler, we have completely revamped the network streaming capabilities by fitting out a new, more powerful network board. We've also improved both the network and the USB interfaces by making them now galvanically isolated, which means that they are far less susceptible to interference from the computer equipment. So the result is you get cleaner sound and you can hear more detail coming through as a result. The upsampler also has many other improvements, again one of which is to upsample any input to a double speed DSD. Now the Ringdeck has been one of the mainstays of dCS since its inception pretty well, or at least certainly the inception of our audio business back in 1988-89. We have now made use of the improvements we made to the Vivaldi version of the Ringdeck when we launched Vivaldi in 2012. One of the key improvements there was to make the Ringdeck itself programmable rather than sort of fixed function. So we can now add extra features and extra capabilities to the Ringdeck. And one of those improvements is to add what we call mapper options. And we can see that in the menu. As you can see there is an item called Map 1. The mapper is the logic system which translates the 5-bit data coming from the digital processing board into the 5-bit system which is used by the Ringdeck, and also performs some scrambling operations which tends to randomize any errors that might occur in the hardware. Now, one thing we have done with these new mappers is two of them will now convert to double speed compared to the original Ringdeck. So for the last 20-25 years, the Ringdeck has been operating at either 2.8 megasamples per second or 3.07 megasamples per second, depending upon the data that's being received. We've now doubled that to 5.6 megasamples per second or 6.14 megasamples per second. So we now have twice as much data reaching the analog conversion circuitry. And again, the result of that is we can unveil even more information, even more fine detail, and it lends more delicacy and more realism to the sound, while improving its holographic presentation as well. The master clock is an important part of the system insofar as it is the device which controls all of the timing in the system. Now for Vivaldi, we invented a new very, very flexible and very easy to use clocking system, which enables the master clock to generate the two different base clocks at the same time. So simultaneously it will produce 44.1 kilohertz and 48 kilohertz. We feed both of these frequencies into both the upsampler and the DAC. The transport only needs 44.1. The result of this is that, particularly for computer audio sources, the device itself can decide which clock it needs and automatically select it. And this makes the whole business of changing sample rates by going from file to file very much easier. You just don't have to worry about it anymore. The DAC or the upsampler takes care of it all by itself. One other feature of the clock, which has been on all of our master clocks for some time now, is dither, which seems very strange because we are deliberately modulating the edges of the clock signal in time. It seems like a strange thing to do when you've tried so very hard to make it as accurate as possible. But in practice it does tend to, again, reveal a bit more detail in the music. And depending upon the quality of your ears, I can certainly only hear a very subtle difference. But many of our customers with obviously better ears than mine really rave about this. They say it's the difference between night and day, so clearly we have come up with a really good idea in that area. So most of these updates are available to existing Vivaldi owners as a simple update disc, which is normally available free if they are the first owner. You can just load it yourself directly into the transport or into the DAC or into the clock. The upsampler is a hardware and software upgrade, which can be upgraded by your distributor on request for the payment of a reasonable fee. And we feel that these changes are all well worth the money, and they add another level of capability to what was already a very powerful system.